Hi everyone, this is an instructional video on how to go about doing your UFP exams if you're at home. Some of you have to do UFP exams at home, but there is no reason for it to be made any more difficult than necessary. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how you go about obtaining the exam papers on the day of the exam and how you go about submitting the work after the exam. It's quite simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you to show you how to log on. I'm going to show you this on the desktop version and also on the app so that you've got both versions. So if I share my screen, so you're onto Satchel there, you're ready to log in. So you log into Satchel. This is a dummy student account. So we're just logging in now. And we're looking at homeworks. Now, if you're on the desktop version, it will be on the day and the mentioned day of your exam. However, it is probably quite a difficult one to actually find on the to-do list on the desktop version. I find personally the calendar is much better. So as I'm looking at the calendar, I look at that particular day's date. When it comes to your calendar, everything else should be clear except for the exams that you have on the day you have them. So they won't show up on the day on, say, for instance, this is the 3rd of June. If there's an exam set for the 4th of June, then it won't show up until the 4th of June. You can't access it before then. So let's say that I want to do my biology exam. So I click on the biology exam and I can submit online quite easily and so on. I can read any instructions that are on here and I can download the paper. I'm going to do the same thing just to remind you with the calendar. I'm going to change the subject just so you remember how to go about doing this. Now, sometimes if your internet slows down, this sort of wheel of death comes up and all you have to do is just refresh your screen. It should take a few seconds and then it will give me a chance to go about doing that. Here we are. Takes a second. There we are. Right, so let's do the accounting exam. So if you want to first of all access the paper before the exam, you click on the accounting exam and you click on download. And the paper comes up on the screen here. Okay, now I'm not going to show you everything. Why? Because that would be a bit of a nightmare. It'd be a bit of a security issue, but rest assured the whole paper is there. You can print it out. You can download it to another mobile device if you want to. I would advise printing it out. If you've got a printer, print it out so that you can work directly on the paper. That's what I would advise. Remember that if you can't print out, what you should then do is make sure you've got your access to your screen if you're reading it on screen, and then just get some lined paper and some graph paper and some plain paper and pens and all the stuff you need before the exam. The details of how to set up your exam space is also, it's another video which is attached to the letter I've just sent you. So, so once you've printed out your exam, you're then ready to do it. So let's show you that again, but this time with the let's do that again, but this time with the app. So I'm going to switch my camera over to my desk camera. There we are. So I've got my exam here, maybe. We'll come on to that in a bit. But I'm just going to show you the exam on here. So if I want to, this is just the Show My Homework app. So it's the Satchel 1 app. And once you've logged in, you're looking at the tasks. Well, here we go. It's my accounting exam. So I press accounting. And again, I can download it just by clicking on here and it comes up. Now, when you're ready to actually do the exam, when you're ready to actually sort of access it, you click on access and then it gives you a list of things that you can use to sort of view it on. Okay, you can use Drive PDF Viewer, for example. So then you're doing the exam. So let's imagine you've done the exam. You've either done it on lined paper because you haven't got access to a printer, or you've done it on the paper itself because you've had access. So imagine you filled it in. Obviously, remember to put your name on this. It's very, very important. And then you filled in some of your answers. There we go. There's one there. There's another one there. Just down here. So what you do to actually submit it, you can just submit it as a picture. The trouble is, it submits it as lots of pictures, and then not all the pictures have got your they've got your name on them, and they're not all sort of 100% sort of in the right order, and it's just awkward. So the best way to do it, to make life simple for all of us, is to use something like a document scanner. So I've got my document scanner there. And so if I want to take that, let's get rid of that advert. There we are. So I want to take a new scan. So I've got my document scanner open, get ready to take a photo. So I'd scan the page. So I'm going to come out of view a little bit here, switch my camera over. There we are. So I come slightly out of view so that I can see it on the screen. So I scan the whole page, I put it as level as I possibly can, and try and capture the whole page in one go if possible. Try not to have any dark backgrounds or anything else like that, because it may have to be printed out. Make sure it's all clearly legible. So I press it, and then it processes the scanned document. Now what I can do also is then you can scan several pages. So I'm going to scan a second page. So I'm going to scan a second page. So on my one, I've gone through all the adverts and rubbish, and I've ended up with an opportunity to then scan my second sort of page. So I'm going to tap that, and I'm going to take my sort of second page and so on for as many as you possibly can. So I'm just going to, again, remember, hold it flat, make sure your images are clearly visible. Hold it steady when you press take picture, and I could do the next one, and the next one, and that's about it. So that's me then having scanned the it. So I'm just going to go back to my camera. So I've now scanned it. It's all scanned in. I'm just going to get rid of my silly advert. Don't like adverts. And then what I want to do is I'd very much like to download it. So I'm going to hit my download button. Different scanners will operate in different ways. And then all you've got to do is make sure that you've located the file. So what I'm going to do is I'm then going to suppose that we've done the exam. I've scanned it in. I'll show you now how to submit it. So if I share the screen again, first of all, desktop version. So I've got that done. Now I want to then submit it. So what I would do to submit it is this one up here, submit, press, and I can then add it as an attachment. You just click on add attachments, and then you can put it across if you're using the desktop version. So if you're using like a desktop scanner and the like, then you can then obviously you can scan it in and just upload it. If you're using the app to do this, then I'll just quickly stop my sharing and go to the app. Go to my desk. Oops, wrong one. Sorry, that one. There we are. So I've got my my exam finished. So what I then do is I want to just sort of put that onto my app. So I'm going to make a note of the file name I've used. Some bits of software will actually allow you to actually put a file name in manually. This one doesn't particularly. So all of them want to do is I want to go back to show my homework, back to my accounting exam, and to submit it, all I need to do is I just click on where it says activity. There we are, underneath there. So I can add something in there, but what I want to do is look at that paperclip to attach a file. So I want a file, and I then spend a bit of time just looking for the particular for the particular file. Just going to pause for a second while I quickly do. So once I'm looking for the actual thing I want to actually submit, I go to the little tab at the bottom here, little paper clip. I want to add a file, and what I want to do is just go to my internal storage, and I happen to know it is in my file, my document scanner, and I think it was this one, which is today. So I press it, upload submission, and then it's submitted. That's it, it's done. That's how quick it is to actually submit the work, okay? So you can do it via your mobile phone or via the app. So that's how you go about doing the UFP exams. Now, a few frequently asked questions. One or two students, for reasons that really can't be avoided, they're having to do their exams on a slightly different day. What I will do is I will send those out by email. They'll have to be emailed out. Those of you, but the vast majority of you, you do have to do the exam on the day. That is for maximum levels of security, really. Okay. So any questions, please email me, g.chalmers@brookhouse.com. And other than that, best of luck and make sure you're getting revising.